we did.
So we had repairings, therefore it took like 5 minutes. But now we are back with our feature match. On the left side we see Jonas Elpers playing Grixis. On the right side we see Johan Steurs playing the Miracles deck.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I believe the players are at this moment 3-1.
That's possible.
Yeah, not 100% sure, but I think it is.
Yeah.
So the Grixis deck, it's the same that we saw in round 1.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Yeah,
yes,
same
it
player.
is. On the right side, we see the Miracles deck. That's the first time we see it today.
Yeah.
It's the best deck in Legacy, Miracles, isn't it?
Probably. If you are,
If the pilot is right.
Yeah, if you are Johan Steurs, it is the best deck.
Yeah, if you are Johan Steurs, it's the best deck.
Yeah.
I'm playing myself Miracles on Legacy.
Yeah.
I'm playing 100% the same deck as Johan Steurs is playing. I'm looking through his deck list. I'm lying at this moment. He changed his deck for today. Okay. So normally we don't play Counterbalance main deck and only one back to basics. He changed it. Now he's playing 2 back to basics and 2 Counterbalance main deck. He cut it 1 portent. I see. Oh, and main deck 2 Council's Judgment.
Oh.
Did he really cut? He cut the counter spells for it. He did cut counter spell main deck. And now he's playing 1 extra on side. And all the rest seems a little bit the same. 1 Gideon on side, 1 Intrude the Angel on side. It's okay, he changed it a little bit, but we're playing Miracles for a long time now.
Yeah.
You started playing Miracles for last month as well.
Yeah. You know Johan Steurs' deck and all the altars, so it's your job to name
from
all the cards.
the bottom to the top. It's Brainstorm, Forceful, Snapcaster, Jace, Island, Predict.
Okay.
The third card you see, that's a Snapcaster Mage. It's a foil Japanese. That's a portent in his graveyard.
Okay.
It's a foil Japanese altered Snapcaster Mage. It's like the coolest Snapcaster Mage probably ever made.
Okay.
He got them altered in Birmingham.
Okay.
GP Birmingham. There was the artist of Snapcaster Mage was there.
Okay.
And he made the coolest altars ever. He has 4 pieces of them and they're all 4 in different colors. They're just insane cool. Okay, but for the match, the Miracles deck, like several years ago, it played Counterbalance top.
Yep.
Top got banned and everybody thought Miracles dead. But the other thing was true. Actually, they just changed Sensei's Divining Top with Portent at that moment, and it seemed like even a little bit stronger against some matchups. Against other matchups, it was a little bit worse, of course, because you didn't the Counterbalance top anymore.
Yeah.
But against some matchup, it was even stronger than before.
Yeah.
I really disliked the Counterbalance top. At that moment, I tried to play Miracles. I really disliked that the Counterbalance top shenanigans.
Why? Because it takes too much time, or it's not fun?
Yeah, it's the point of playing Miracles then was actually just stalling the game until it's minute 49.
Okay.
And then I cast Entreat the Angels, and then I win in 1 turn. So but that was just a little bit too much of it. Now we're playing Mentor in the deck, and it's just a little bit more fun to play yourself, okay? Here on the battlefield you see a Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, Jonas is already at 15 after a fetch, an attack from the Snapcaster Mage and the Thoughtseize. So that's 15 life.
And Johan is at 19.
Yeah. Jace directly getting...
Johan is playing Miracles for more than 3 years, 4 years at this moment. Therefore he played Stoneblade, I believe. Oh, now we have a small counter war for a Jason Mind Sculptor.
Yeah.
and like as we say it, Johan Steurs is the master of miracles.
Yeah. He was the Belgian Legacy Cup winner 2 years in a row with this deck.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and he's attending a lot of tournaments, and he's hitting top 8s frequently. Frequently.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even the question anymore if he's hitting top 8. The question is he's winning the tournament, yes or no. But
here in Mol, there was several times that he was in the top 8, and that 7 players wanted to split the ticks, and he was the only one who said, no, I want to play for the win.
And the win.
Yeah, because if you split, you had more ticks than normally a second place. So you had to win to make a profit, and he did.
It's only if top 4 splits, but okay. It's not that important. So, but Grixis versus Miracles.
Yeah. There's a counterbalance.
Yep.
So, Galgan's command on the chase, so 2 damage and a discard.
Yep.
Discarding a ponder. So that's in response.
So now we can see the power of counterbalance maybe.
Yeah.
If you have a brainstorm on hand, it is a brainstorm with an integrated counterspell in it.
Yeah.
It's very strong. If you know the metagame, but you really need to know the metagame, you even can ponder important and try to predict at that moment what your opponent will be playing in the next round and the round after, so you can stack the top of your deck perfectly, actually. This is
back to basics.
Back to basics indeed. So as you can see, Johan Steurs is only playing basics.
So that's get countered
because of the countered.
Council's judgment. Yeah.
But I strongly believe Johan Steurs knew there was something from 3 on top. He did ponder. Then he played... and this is why he's such a good player. He played ponder. He drew 1 card, 2 were on top at that moment. Then he played counterbalance. Then on the other side something from 3 came in. Yeah. There he had the possibility to spell pierce that. He knew he had the spell pierce in hand and he could spell pierce that. And then after there was something from 3 on the top just for Colligan's command and leyline, because he knows from these are the cards that could kill me eventually. Yeah. And that's what I say. Counterbalance is very strong, but you really need to know the metagame. You really need to know all the decks you're playing against, and then you can have a very big
value out of
counterbalance indeed. So Johan Steurs takes it down. The first match is 1-0. So now they're sideboarding. What will happen? Normally the miracle players will take out definitely this Force of Wills will go out. And there will come in some Flusterstorms normally. I bring in my second Council's Judgment, but Johan is playing it main deck at this moment.
Okay.
Not on site anymore. So, but some extra counter spells. Maybe the Spell Snare will come in. Not maybe, I'm pretty sure it would. Because him to Turach, it could be a pain in the ass for a Miracles player.
He is playing 3 him to Turach's main deck, so...
Yeah. And then on the other side, inside, what is very good against Miracles that are the Planeswalkers. Yeah, so an extra Liliana, the Last Hope will come in. We see he played 1 main deck.
Yep.
So there is a second one on side that definitely would come in. He has 1 Thoughtseize, 1 Clique, 1 Biting Needle, 1 Nihil Spellbomb, 2 Surgical Extractions, 1 Hydroblast, 2 Red Elemental Blasts. Those will come in. Yep. 1 Pyroblast, that will come in. 2-time Flusterstorms, that will come in. And then he has 2 Marsh Casualties. Not sure if it's good enough.
I don't think so.
But definitely Flusterstorm, Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast, Liliana the Last Hope, that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That are 6 cards at least that will come in. I'm not sure if it's necessary to bring in Biting Needle and stuff at that moment. Do you have enough cards to take out? Maybe Call Against Command, it's a 2-for-1. You can destroy something, but the real power of Call Against Command is destroy an artifact and discard the card or an extra creature with it.
Mm-hmm.
The Miracles deck is playing 0 artifacts, so it's a little less value, but still it's a 2-for-1, so it's always a very good card actually. But I think the same is true for the Grixis player. As for the Miracles players, you don't want to have card disadvantage. And the biggest card disadvantage in the deck is Forceful on both sides. So I believe as well the Miracles player as the Grixis player will board out the Forcefuls. I think it's the best idea to do. Lightning Bolt, Fatal Push, Diabolic Edict. There are 6 cards, maybe it's a little bit too much. I really dislike Diabolic Edict. Yeah. If you have a mentor on, in play, every Brainstorm, every Spell Pierce it's actually a hard counter then. You can make an extra token, you can sack that token instead of the Monastery Mentor, so I really dislike the Diabolic Edict.
Then again, he's playing 2 Fatal Pushes, but you told, you're speaking of the Monastery Mentor, but Johan isn't playing any Monastery Mentors. So
indeed, yeah.
They're gone.
Yes, I'm mixing the deck we played.
The old deck and the new
one. We all play with
the
deck he's playing now. Even though Monastery Mentor in sideboard as well, he has 1 Entreaty Angels in sideboard.
Okay.
That will come in definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to close the game down very quickly. So, but maybe Jonas also. So now we really know that like Fatal Push and Lightning Bolt and Diabolic Edict are very bad cards against Johan Steurs. Maybe Jonas Elpers doesn't know because Johan Steurs. But that's also a thing about a good Magic player. Yeah, you have your deck and everybody knows you're playing that deck. Yeah. So, but you can play Miracles. And you don't have to choose a new deck, but you have to mix it up sometimes. Yeah? Like he did now, he did take out the Mentors, put it in Counterbalance and Treaty Angels on side.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was playing it today, but last Thursday we had a test evening, and then he was playing this deck with the Counterbalance as well.
Okay.
Then he told me he would take out the Mentors, but I suspected he should play the other deck again today. Actually, that was what he told me as well, so maybe he misled me as well. That he was just testing it with the Counterbalance. But back to basics, it's such a strong card in the meta at this moment. It's very strong.
Yeah, I can tell you, Glenn. With the bannings of Deathrite Shaman, I was playing Grixis Delver, and I was really in love with my deck. Then the bannings came, and I wanted to search a new deck for playing. And then Jens Ruts, somebody from our local players, he told me, I have a Miracles deck you can borrow if you want. And it was back to basics. That card who convinced you to play the Miracles deck. Yeah.
You see the island that Johan Steurs is playing. We did give him that 3 years ago, I believe, on one of our events. It's signed by M3 weekend. He did participate in all formats in that weekend. We had we had a 3 days weekend with 4 different formats. He participated in all, and everyone who did it, not only Johan Steurs did it, Matti Leenaert did it as well. For formats, it means we had vintage, old school,
legacy,
and modern going on. So therefore, and I signed it.
Okay.
So I actually ruined a beta island. But yeah, okay. That was a very quick red elemental blast on a ponder. So he's countering the land drop that Johan Steurs missed. Johan Steurs missed the land drop. He wanted to play ponder to search for an extra land. But very quickly there was a red elemental blast out of Jonas Elpers' hand. This is very bad. For a Mercus player, you really need 1, 2, 3, 4 turn land drop.
Yeah.
You really need lands. You want to play some ponders, important brainstorms.
This is quite interesting too. This is in the draw step. It was a click from Jonas. And in response, Johan is going to brainstorm, probably to hide something.
No.
No?
No, he failed the land drop, yes.
Yeah.
So probably he had a brainstorm in hand. The top card that he drew wasn't a land. Yeah, therefore he played brainstorm in response, so he could dig 3 deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that he finds at least 1 land.
Okay.
You see, he found 1 land as a polluted delta. Otherwise, maybe and now you see the value at this moment. He has predicted hand. He knows the top 2 cards. He found the land. He can just play the polluted delta. Doesn't need to do anything. Next turn in the untap phase, or then he can predict for the 3rd card, and then he has a lot of value of his cards. But everything depending on the Flusterstorm, what happens.
But why would he brainstorm in response of the click?
Because he had no lands in hand at that moment. He did draw a card, and still he had no lands. You need to find a land drop. Yes, he had brainstorm in hand. If you don't brainstorm at that moment, he takes brainstorm away and you draw the top card.
Okay, but if you have portent, that's the same. You can dig 3 deeper.
No, because portent, you draw the card in the upkeep of your opponent next turn.
Okay, yeah, that's
so
right.
You can't make a land drop that turn.
That's right.
And then you're once again 1 land behind at that moment.
So the life totals are 19 and 17. Taking a brainstorm and fetch. That's the way you want to play a brainstorm. Draw 3 cards, put 2 back you don't want at that moment, and you can shuffle them away with a fetch land.
It's like everyone says, it's like the mini ancestral.
Okay.
Oh, there you have it. It's Liliana, the Last Hope on the Jonas Elpers side.
Yes.
I don't think Johan Steurs has any possibility to counter at this moment. We saw Spell Pierce, I believe. No, we saw Flusterstorm.
Yeah.
But that doesn't counter Liliana. This could be a very big problem. I don't think he had any removal in hand. So therefore now he's fetching, because he knows the top 2 from his brainstorm.
Yeah.
He knows that it's no removal. So now he's fetching end of turn. Otherwise he wouldn't fetch at this moment, or it had to be 2 very bad cards, I believe.
Maybe
actually, you want to find the 4th land as well.
Maybe back to basics could be devastating right now. So he has 3 lands.
Back to basics could be very good, but still you need to get rid of the Liliana, because when it goes, I think it goes to 6 or to 7. Maybe let's pop it up and see.
Yeah. So a draw from the ponder. Maybe he has the 4th land drop.
So there you have it. This is Liliana, the Last Hope. That's the one that's on the battlefield.
So it's -7.
Yes, -7. And then you get an emblem, and it says at the beginning of your end step, put X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield, where X is 2 plus the number of zombies you control. So this goes very fast. You have 2 zombies in play. Next time you have 4 extra zombies that make 6. Then you put 8 into play. Then you put just like a lot into play afterwards.
There's a him. Removed 2 portents.
No, we removed 2 predicts.
Predict, yes.
So Johan casted the Search for a Scanta just to search through his deck as fast as possible, and it's the extra land drop at this moment. It's all depending on what this is. So Portland was no land, so now he's flipping it just for having the fourth land into play. So the combination of Search of a Scanta and Predict is very powerful as well. So with Search for a Scanta you can choose to...
10. The click has attacked.
And you can see the top card, you can choose, or you leave it on top, or you put it into your graveyard. If you have Predict, even if it's a bad card, you just keep it on top to cast Predict, then you throw it in the graveyard, so you can draw 2 cards during your upkeep, you draw an extra card during your draw step. That's a lot of card advantage, of course, Predict, but you need to know the top card of your library for it. And Search for a Scanta helps very good. Johan Steurs found a council's judgment, I believe.
But Elemental Blast on the
and Jonas Elpers is doing everything to get this Liliana to 7. Flusterstorm. For 3, so needs to pay 3. Okay, that happens. And another. Johan Steurs really wants to play Brainstorm at this moment. He really wants to let this Brainstorm resolve.
He wants its second white mana for the Council's Judgment. So
not 100% sure if he had one in hand. I think so. I think so. I saw one, but. Island Ponder.
There's a Arid Mesa, Council Judgment, and a Brainstorm.
But still failing the planes.
Yeah, there's an Arid Mesa in the tree.
So
he's drawing the Arid Mesa, I think, now. And then I think he put the Council's Judgment on top.
Him to direct.
So he's...
This
1, 2, 3,
could be the land, I think.
4. So that's
one you can keep. Counterbalance back to basics.
So he keeps the Arid Mesa in his hand for a second. And
but still...
on top there's the Council Judgment. I think it's like that.
Yeah, that's the Brainstorm. But this gets Snipcastered with Elemental Blast.
Yeah.
And then it's over. Because in this turn you can just Ultimate Liliana. And that's unbeatable for Johan Steurs at that moment.
Okay, there's the Arid Mesa.
Yeah.
If you had...
So Johan Steurs goes to 2 and he makes the emblem.
Yeah, and he scoops.
And Johan Steurs scoops it down. It's 1-1. So there are still 24 minutes left in this round. I strongly believe this will be enough time to finish this game.
Would you have...
Johan Steurs is on the play now. That's a big advantage for the control player at this moment, I believe. So we are staying at our feature table. The backup match is done already.
Yeah.
There we had again the Helm of Obedience combo deck playing against a lands deck.
Yeah. Then I've taken all the decks. I've searched the metagame. What do you think is the most common deck today?
Death and Taxes.
It is. It's 5 times.
Yeah.
6 times.
I know.
Why is that?
As I said before, you asked me what do I would think would win.
Yeah.
It's because just Dead and Texas, I think it's really good in the metagame at this moment. I'm not sure what Matthias Dillon is doing at this moment.
Okay.
We saw him in round 2 against Kim Beekman today.
Yeah.
But he's an experienced Dead and Texas player.
Yes.
So I predict at this moment, if one of those would be in top 8, it could be Matthias Dillon. I know Popper Gijs was playing Dead and Texas today.
Yeah.
I know Jens Jacobs was here, he's playing Dead and Texas. Brenda Schurkens was here today, she was playing Dead and Texas as well. The other two I don't really know.
I think Brenda dropped.
Yeah, possibly. I think she lost the first 2 rounds of the tournament today.
Yeah.
So and all the other decks. So Dead and Texas the most played deck today, and then we have Grixis.
The same with lands.
And 4 players are playing lands indeed.
Yeah.
Then we have the Red Sneak Attack. That's a deck that we didn't see for a really long time.
No.
But probably Philip van Geel is playing Red Sneak Attack.
Yeah.
Kevin van der Werf is playing the Red Sneak Attack. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe we saw Kevin from the Kevin van der Werf on stream today on our backup match. The match with the Griselbrand. I strongly believe that was Kevin van der Werf. I couldn't see him very
with
good.
The Blightsteel Colossus win in the end.
Yeah, indeed. And then another deck. It's Dead Shadow. It's a modern deck.
Yeah,
yes,
it is.
It's something that popped up in Legacy like several weeks ago, but some people tried to play it. I'm not 100% sure the best configuration was found at that moment.
Yeah.
But now it's actually even strong in Legacy. It can go very quickly. It's very weird to see, but when you're sitting there, you have your opponent, and he goes like fetch, and I shock my Wettery Grave into the battlefield. It's like saying, if you can't afford any underground seas, I understand you play the Watery Graves, but that's actually not the reason why they're playing it. Not at all, because the deck is playing underground seas as well. Yes, but they just want to drop down their life total as fast as possible just to bring in Dead Shadow. They're playing Dead Shadow, Delver of Secrets, and Vuurmag Anglers, I believe.
Yeah.
That are the creatures in the deck. Yes, but it's a very fast deck in Legacy as well. Actually, in Modern, it was a very good deck as well, like 1 year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of the better decks that Modern had. But maybe we should talk a little bit more about the match we're seeing now. And maybe we can come back to the metagame a little bit later.
Yeah. Quite a lot
as I said, the Spell Snare from Johan Sideboard is very good against the Himteturag. That's what we saw.
Yeah. So 4 cards in hand for Johan Steurs and 5 cards in hand for Jonas. The life totals are 17 and I think it should be 18. I think they missed a fetch because the first card in the graveyard from Johan is a fetch and the Arid Mesa is a fetch as well. So I think he's at 18 and not 19 like the die is saying.
So he did play in his own turn. He played Snapcaster into Ponder.
Yeah. So I second him the Torque.
So this is as well something else, yeah. As a Miracles player, the first game you play, it's really about counter magic.
Yeah.
It's about controlling the complete game with your Force of Wills, your counter spells, and the chases, spell pierce main deck. With the Council's Judgment, just keeping control on the battlefield.
Yeah.
With my deck, not what Johan Steurs is playing at this moment. Dropping a Mentor on the right time, not too early, just dropping at the right time. Casting a Ponder afterwards. Hopefully you have some, you need to try have some Brainstorm or something else that you can make 1 to 3 tokens. If they kill your Mentor, that you still get hit with the tokens to your opponent. Mm-hmm. But after Sideboard, the deck changes completely.
Okay.
You don't have to be playing that slow anymore at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not playing your Force of Wills anymore at that moment. A lot of your opponents do board out some some card disadvantage spells. Yeah,
okay.
Like Force of Wills. So you really can play a lot of spells a lot faster. Sometimes it's very interesting if you have 4 mana to cast your Jace the Mind Sculptor, but pre-game a lot of times it's more interesting just to wait one more turn that you have 1 extra blue mana to play Jace, that you have 1 mana left to play a Spell Pierce on the counter spell or anything that's coming. But after Sideboard you just want to push everything through as fast as possible and keep. Of course, you're still playing control. Mm-hmm. That's what you're doing it on a slightly other way than pre-board, as you're doing it in the post-board matchups.
Is that what the text makes it difficult to play, and that a lot of players don't want to play Miracles because it's a different, it's a difficult deck to play.
Yes, indeed. I strongly believe it's a very difficult deck to play, but I think indeed some players are saying no, Miracles is not good enough anymore. Okay. So, but Johan Steurs tells us something else because we see him playing top 8 frequently. Yeah. Yes, but he really understands the deck. Mm-hmm. He really understands Magic. He's in here for a very long time. Yeah. He knows it perfectly, and even the speed with Johan Steurs that he's playing today, it's okay. Maybe if you have some time, you should look it up from the Dutch Open series. Yeah. From last year, that was on the 10th and 11th November. I'm not really sure. I believe you can find it on YouTube. Yeah. There he's playing a match, Miracles versus Grixis Control, I believe. I'm not sure. But the speed where Johan Steurs is playing his deck, it's like insane. If it could burn the deck, it's probably would, just from the heat from the cards he was shuffling and chasing and search for a Scanta, and everything went so fast that you even really couldn't follow anything what he was doing. Yeah. Even the guys who are streaming over there, they just couldn't follow the match. Everything went so fast that they couldn't follow anything that was happening. But what I wanted to say is, and even then, if he's playing at that pace, he doesn't make any error in his games. He does it perfectly.
It's in this draw step, a Colligan's command. I think 2 damage to Gideon, and a discard. I think 2 things he has chosen. So 2 damage on Gideon and discarding an island.
Yep. So Jonas Elpers only has 1 card. Ooh, and did I see it correctly? It was land.
No, was it? I didn't. I was counting the power of the creatures that Johan had.
Johan's looking through his graveyard at this moment. Maybe he has
Snapcaster.
Another Snapcaster in hand.
Maybe this is turning point in the game, because he is thinking. Yeah, it's a volcanic island.
It's a volcanic island, yeah.
So that's not where you want to be. With just a baleful Strix and a volcanic in hand.
So Johan wants to put some damage through.
Yeah.
The Gideon, it becomes 4/4 indestructible.
Well, yeah. But if he chump blocks, he can prevent 4 damage.
Yep. He blocks 1, 2, 2, so he takes still 8.
Yeah.
He's at 5 at this moment. He's at 4. So he has land.
Yeah.
He draws another land.
Land.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
it's game. So Johan Steurs takes it down. It's 2-1 for Johan Steurs.